In this video, we will build a calendar-based task list. So we will build this in 4 levels. Depending on your level of Excel, you can progress to the next stage or not. Level 1 will be the pure, simple calendar-based task list. You would just enter your tasks on the left-hand side and they will populate the calendar automatically. You can also choose to have your calendar start on a chosen date or have it start at today's date automatically. The level 2, we will do some checking. We will ensure that there are not more tasks that can fit on one day. And when it's the case, we will highlight the day and we will also highlight the tasks that don't fit in. We will also highlight the tasks that are not on the calendar at all, that are outside the range of the calendar. Level 3, we will add another flag. We will add the completion flag, yes, no, to your task list. And when the task is completed, we will just add a tick at the end of the task. Level 4, we will include weekly tasks. You can input a task that will reoccur every Tuesday, every Thursday, Saturday, whatever, and they will be showing on the calendar on top of the tasks that you have here. So 4 levels, the 4 level will be the more complex, but even if you stop after level 1, you will have a very decent calendar-based task list. So let's do this together. Okay, so I put myself a bit ahead here by providing the non-really interesting stuff. That's stuff that is quite easy to do. So I'm just going to show you what I've done so far. So I've created just a very simple table here where I put the task name and some random date. So that's something that you can do yourself. You can go ahead and do it. And here I have put today's date. So today's date, if you don't know the formula, it's today with empty brackets. Here I have put a date to start, so it's I formatted it with the D and 3 M's and 4 Y, so this way it agrees to all countries. And here I have put a start today, yes, no. So if you don't know how to do it, you can do, you press data validation, and you select a list, and then you put Y, comma, N, and that will only allow users to select those two characters here. So if you could do this, as far as color is concerned, I am using the slipstream here for some reason. Color, I'm going under the slipstream here because I like this blue, and I'm taking this blue here for that, so it is actually the blue at the top here, which is called the blue color, not turquoise or whatever. It's called the blue, and I'm using the top one, and I'm using the white font as well. And for this one, I'm using the standard color here, which is the third one of the standard color. And for all the cells that I want users to input something, I'm just using this one, but I am just putting it very light. So just to demonstrate, I'm just going here and I'm going to more colors, and I'm going under the custom, and I'm just sliding this up until I find a yellow that I like. And then here you go. So this is all done until that point in time. Now we can start doing the proper work. So here what I have is I need to do a formula, a very basic formula to check first if this flag here is yes or no. So if it's no, that means that I want to take the date. So, but I'm going to start if this cell is yes, I want to take the today's date. But if it's no, I want to take this date. That makes sense. If it's yes, if starts today is yes, I want to take the today's date. And if it's no, I want to take that date here. So this is my starting point. And here I'm just going to put that date plus 1. So that would add 1 day. And I'm going to slide this across. And here, I just need to add 1 to this date here, obviously, after 7 days. Okay, so I've left 6 cells because I think that allows me to, with 100% zoom here, that allows me to have 1 month on one page. If I put more, sometimes you don't have the full months, and I think this is sufficient. If you need more than 6 tasks, then you work too much. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same, +1 here. I'm going to drag this here. And here what I'll be doing is I will be copying this here and here. So let's check. Yes, it switched to November, so that seems to be working. Now I have this, I have that. What I would like to do is to put all the tasks that are on that day, I want to put them here. Before we do this, let me just show you something here. Just you just repeat the date here that is below, so therefore you just put a equal to the date below here, and then you drag that all the way across. And the reason why you see the full day here is I've changed the formatting of the cell, so I put 4 Ds here. Okay, and I put the same color here. So now we can start the formula. Okay, so we want to use the filter function on the array that is here. And what do we want to include? We want to include, before we do this, making sure that we press F4. We want to see dollar value all over the place because I want to reuse that formula and I don't want this to change. So I'm just using this filter here. I'm just going to click on here so it might be a little bit more obvious. And what do I want to include? I want to include this column here, which is the date, pressing F4 again. And this date needs to be equal to this. And this, I want it free. I don't want any dollar value. And if empty, I'm just going to put no task just to show you how it works. After we'll remove it. So it's done it. So is retrieved all the tasks that have 10 of October here. If I add another one, 10 of October, changes. And here, if I put start today now, if I put the 8th of October, 8th of October, it should be retrieving something here, but I haven't dragged that across yet. Okay, that's better. Now, as we have locked all these arrays, we have locked this array and we have let this one free, quote unquote. That means that you can copy this formula all across the board. Now I said I didn't want a no task, so what do? I just remove the no task and I put a blank instead. Not a blank, but I put nothing instead. Okay, so let me just copy that across again. And let's see if it works under. Just copy here, copy and copy here. Copy here. I think I had some task in November here, 4th of November. I can add another one. Okay, it works, it works, it works. Now I want to do something else. I want to highlight a task here that doesn't fit into the calendar. I want to say, look, be careful, you have a task here that will not be showing here, so you might forget it. So in order to do this, I need to do some conditional formatting. I want to show it in a different color. But I need to have too many criteria to make it a formula that is easy to read. So this is why I'm gonna chop the formula into 2 steps. So the first step is I want to create a flag here that's going to tell me if the date is in a calendar or not. So how do I do this? I'm going to do an if, and I'm going to do an or here. Or I mean, there'll be 2 conditions where I'm not happy. So the first condition is this is smaller than the first date that we have here. And here I'm going to press F4. The second condition is the same cell here will be greater than the last one. So if that's the case, that means I'm out of range. So that's not good. So if or, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a date in calendar, I'm going to put no, so oops. And if it is in calendar, I'm going to put yes. All right. Let me just click on the formula so you can see it a little bit better. So the logical test, I have it here, and here I put the value if true, no, and if false, yes. So that's it. Let's see if that works. Now, see there is a no here because it's before the 8th of October, and we have no here because it's after November. So that works. Now this is going to cause me problem, this n here, but I don't, if I want to add the test that the task is not blank here, that's going to be too complicated. So that's why I've created this, and this way in conditional formatting I just can have two simple conditions. I'm going under for conditional formatting now, and I'm going to create a new rule. So here this is a condition: if it's greater, if it's not blank, and if there's an n, then this is showing me as blue. Okay. Now we are ready to do the level 2, which is checking that there's enough room. So for instance, here if I take it to the 10th of October, there's 2 mil here and there's a spill. So that means that Excel is telling me, hey buddy, you have 7 tasks and I only have room for 6. Do something about it, work on it. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on that. So I need to be able to check if there's enough room, and I'm just going to create a task enough room. So remember this, I've just press select the columns, go to data and group. So this way I can hide them on the final thing. So don't worry, here that can be ugly. This is our playroom. Enough room. Okay, so how do we do this? We count, and I'm going to start counting on the second one. I'm going to do count if I'm going to do if a count if, and let me get started and I can explain. What I want to explain is I want to explain to you that here we have actually a sliding array. The first cell is locked. I'm going to lock the first cell, and the second one is going to follow us all the way down. So if count if this way is greater than 6, we have a problem. And then we have to say we have no room, and otherwise we can say yes, we have room. So let me show you. Do I put one too many here? The 7, the 8. Count if. Okay. I forgot to put the date, obviously. I put the date here. Press enter. Okay. So let me walk you through this formula, and I'm going to bring it down. Okay, so what happens is as I go down here, I'm counting how many 10th of October there is below. There was before. So here I'm counting. And here I just see a 10th of October. I'm counting everything from the top. And I notice there are, if I count, there is 7 now, and therefore there is not enough room. And this is why I'll be putting this n here. Enough room, yes, 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 and I've put no. So what I suggest you do is, if you want to pause the video and have a look at this, it's a good way to check how much room there is. Unfortunately, there is no way for the filter to limit yourself to a few numbers. So there are other ways. But I wanted to do this way for a change. I didn't want to have to duplicate the calendar. You can find a way to if you want to duplicate the calendar or something I've done in other of my demo. But this is the way I will be doing. So how can I help me? How knowing this can help me? Well, I'm going to change the filter here, and I'm going to add another condition. So the first condition that I had was that the date was the same. But I'm going to add another condition with a filter, and to add another condition you just press the multiply and you put your second condition, and the second condition that I have is enough room here. I'm going to press F4 is equal to yes, because if there's not enough room I'm just going to drop it. So that would be an additional condition, and let's see if it works. Okay, so the first condition, check that there is a date. There is one, perfect. Second condition, check that there is enough room. It's going to say yes, 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 no. So it's not going to include this one, and that will keep me at 6. Now let me copy all this down. I'm going to do some basic testing. I need the 20th of October, for instance. What happens if I put 2 more? It works. If I put another more, okay, so it still works. Now what I want to do, I wanted to show the tasks that are not been included, that there was no room for. So how can I do this? So it's easy, I just put enough room, no, I just check the enough room, no. As I did before, actually. So actually, I'm just going to go back to this conditional formatting manage rule, and I want to duplicate the one that I had before, because I'm going to reuse some of the components. So first I'm going to check that the task is not blank. Okay, so this is done for me. And the second condition is not the F7, it's a G7 this time. If it's no, that means been left off. And I'm going to have a light red this time. Good. Click on the red, more colors, custom, and I want to slide that all the way up. Okay. Now, that does not work. Okay. It is the G7 is not no. Oh, because I haven't applied that to everybody. Okay, and this for some reason is not applied either. Okay, so if I apply it to everybody, okay, I have 2 here that's not showing. And so I know that for the 10th of October, this one was not included. Water plant is not here. What a big drama that is. Now I want to also put it here. I want to put this in a different color. I'm making it very difficult to myself. So I'm just going to go in conditional formatting. I'm going to create a new rule. And I'm going to create a use formula here. So here there's several ways that I could check. I could do the count again. Or I could just check on this for the very date, for the 8th of October. I could check if there is any end for the 8th of October. But I'm just going to do a massive COUNTIF instead. I'm going to do COUNTIF on this column here. Okay. COUNTIF this column here. Make sure that all the dollars are here. Is equal to that date here. And if it's greater than what? That 6. Okay, is equal to that date. If it's greater than 6, I know I have a problem, and therefore I need to put red again. So this time I need to put a deep red because we are dealing with white. Otherwise it's not going to be seen, but not that deep. Let's try with this one. Okay, now let's just copy this here. Doesn't work. 10th of October. Okay, there's something wrong in this formula. Manage rules, formula. Okay, what do we have here? Y COUNTIF I7. Ooh, because I locked in the I7. Okay, okay, and now it works. Okay, that's looking good. Double press the paint. Put it here, here, here. This is taking shape, so we have a bit of a warning when we have too many dates, so that's good. So we're ready to go to step 3, to level 3. Now, completion. Completion. So this is not going to be, actually, I don't want to put it here. This is not to be hidden. This is something that we want the users to be able to access. I want to put a flag here, completion, yes, no, or completed, question mark. And here I'm just going to lazily copy this because it has the same validation, yes, no. I'm first going to clear it. Actually, I'm just going to put no, and I'm going to put this all the way here, and here I'm going to clear it. Okay. So what we have? What we have is completed flag yes no. What can we do with this? I didn't want to add more formatting to this, so I've decided to go and put it here, put a tick at the end of those. Now, how can we do this? What we need to do is to trick the filter, or to trick this part here on pointing it to a different type of array instead. So I'm going to create a new array here. It will be a duplication to this one, but it will show a tick after the name of the task. So first of all, you need to find a tick somewhere. Would you go, if you are under the latest version of, let's have a look, if you are under the version of Office 20, hang on, which one is it? The new Office here, if you have the Aptos Narrow or Aptos Display, you should be able to find a tick under the insert symbol here. I have it here under the Aptos Display, and I'm going to insert it. If you don't have Aptos Display, I will give it another name, but you can go under Wingdings here, and you will be able to find a tick. I'm sure there will be a tick somewhere here for you to grab, but I have mine here, so I'm just going to copy it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to check if the task is completed. If, oh, since when we don't put equal in front of the formula, if the date here is the task is completed, is equal to yes, I want to put the name of the task, and I want to add my tick, the blank and the tick. Otherwise, what we do, I just put simply the task. Okay, let's see if it works. If I put Y, yeah, there is a tick. Okay, perfect. Now let's see. Oops, yeah, this is all a bit big, but that's our ugly thing, so that's okay. Nobody's going to see this. So you see, as soon as there's a Y, it had a tick. How clever. Now, the only thing is, here, as I said, I want to trick that part here. I'm going to double click on it. And I want to say, no, I don't want you to bring me back this task list here. I want you to bring me back that. So you could either change the C with a Y here, or you could just grab it here if you're patient, and then you just put it back here. Let's see if it works. Okay, and if I drag it here. All right, so we see some ticks here. That's looking good. Vacuum floors, mow the lawn. Okay, cheat. Not bad. Okay, so now I need to do the same here. Put the same here. Watch a movie. What a task that is. Okay, so it works. So I'm just going to put this. Okay, let us try the 3rd of November. 3rd of November. Completed. Yes. Okay, so I can hide all this now, and this is becoming quite usable. I mean, that was always usable, but that's becoming usable, I suppose. You could put, yeah, you could highlight this also to check if they are completed or not, but I don't know what you think. Let's just put it quickly, actually, just home, conditional formatting, new rule, but this time I'm going to put on there based on their values, no, based on cells that contain, and if I put equal to 1, I'm just going to put a bit of a format here. What could I put? The blue again. Just going to put gray. Okay, I don't know if I want to keep this as enough information already on the screen, but you know, this would highlight the task that is finished, but even if it's completed, we want to show it on here. So this is taking shape. I think that there is only one thing to do. I think level 3 is completed, isn't it? So the only thing I want to do now is to, I want to be able to insert recurring tasks. So a recurring task would be a little bit different in a way that a recurring task, you cannot flag it as completed or not, because otherwise it defeats the purpose. Otherwise you need to have the 4 dates. Let's say you have a Tuesday recurring task, you need to have a tick for 8, 15, 22, 29. So in this case, you might as well put it here. So in this case, we just will put the task here. We'll put which day in its recurring, and we'll see how we can do this. Now, what do I want to do? So maybe I want to reuse this part here. So here I'm just going to create a Sunday to Saturday list. Hopefully Excel can help me with this. Okay, so we have a full list here. And here I want to do a data validation. Data. I never find this one. Data validation list. And here what do? I want to select one of those. Data validation list. Okay. And here I can select it. What I want to put in front of this is the day. So this is the Excel day, the basis. I mean, you can have different one, but I think the basis one, this is how Excel put a number in front of each day. Probably because it's American, I think the first day should be a Sunday, but here in Australia, the first day is Monday. Well, I've already talked about that, but that's okay. There's no right or wrong. And here, what do I want to do? The day, the Sunday. I want to use a 𝑥LOOKUP. So this is not really something to be seen, but maybe we can hide it later on. What I want to do is I want to retrieve the number for each of the data they select here. Is lookup. The lookup value that I want is this, and I want it to search in this one here. Okay, 𝑥LOOKUP. And what do I want to bring back? I want to bring back this, and I press 4 again. So I'm looking for this value into this array, and I bring back the value of this. And then here, obviously, I can have more. Is that going to confuse people? This task 1 and 2? Maybe. So I'm just going to put task Sunday, task Monday, task Tuesday, so it's all a bit. I'm just Tuesday, task Tuesday, and I'm going to put Tuesday here, and here I'm just going to leave it as is, Tuesday, so it doesn't have to be all the same. I'm just put another one on Tuesday, Wednesday here again. Okay, so, and here I'm just going to bring that back. Yes, that should work. 1337, one is a Sunday, so that works. Now I'm going to hide this. I'm going to put it here. This is really nowhere to be seen. I could put it in a different tab under settings, or even a calculation, because that's not something that they can change. I'm going to leave it here for the time being. Here I'm just going to put this here. This way we can click here and we hide all this behind the scene type of stuff. So what do I need to do now? Now there's a filter here. There's a filter here. Okay. Now there's a filter here. So what we need to do is we need to change this filter here to include the tasks that come from here. So I need to include all the tasks that are a Tuesday now. So let me introduce you to a work field here. So this is going to be the weekday. The weekday I've been trying to retrieve of the first day here. And if I drag that all the way down, here you have the weekday that is following. The Sunday is 1, so this is going to be useful for me to build this. So every task that I have with a number 3, which is a Tuesday here, every task that I have should, with a 3 here, should come up here as well. So I needed to do a few things. I need to check first how many of those tasks have the same weekday here, and I need to pile that up on top of the other filter. So that's a lot of work. But there is actually something. There is a simple solution, but I will show you what is the downside. But I'm just going to start with this now. So I'm going to do a VStack. I don't know if you know VStack, but that allows you to stack vertically 2 arrays. So in the first array that I want is the tasks that are for that day here. So I'm doing a VStack, and I'm doing a filter. What do we want to filter? I want to filter the task here, tasks here. I'm just going to press F4. And what is the criteria that I want? Is I want the, not this, that I want this, pressing F4 again, equal to this one here. And here I have to be careful. I want to lock the number 5, but I don't want to lock the K because I want to be able to slide it. So I want to lock the 5, so it's going to be $K$5. Okay, so this is the condition of my filter. And okay, be careful not to, okay, filter. And if there is nothing, then I will put nothing. Let's say I'm just going to put no weekly. And this is the end of the filter, so it'd be a miracle if I haven't forgotten a comma or a parenthesis in this. Oh my god. Okay, there's a spill here, so that's the spill that we will need to address this, and this was expected. So here, let's say Tuesday. There was one task in Tuesday. Actually, I had 2 tasks in Tuesday. That's interesting. Task 4 and task Tuesday and task 4. So they are here. So you just put task Tuesday 1 and task Tuesday 2. So it's done it. I just need to add a task in 8th of October here to so this is working. This is good. All right. So he's selecting all the filter here. The second filter select the date, and the first filter select the recurring one. Now this is good enough, but I think we need to improve this, or obviously we need to review the spill here. But we also need to take into account the scenario where there is no, just bring that here, where there is no recurring tasks. Like for instance, if I take Monday, Tuesday, I'm not going to put any recurring tasks, let's say on Tuesday, on Wednesday. On Wednesday, if I remove this and I put it to Thursday, let's say no weekly, for instance. But the challenge is if I have something on the 9th of October here, put the 9th of October, all right, this will stay, and I didn't want anything to stay here if it's blank, so I wanted to remove the blank here. So you remove the no weekly, so we put blank instead. So if I put this instead, you're going to see the challenge here. So here, if we forget this spill, that means that when it doesn't find any weekly, it's still a low for the weekly here. So I think that having no weekly looks a bit sloppy. Having blank here looks a bit sloppy. So we're going to have to do an if. Now this formula is getting a bit long. I usually don't like, and there are probably simpler way if I was to duplicate this, but for the time being, I think this is the best we can do. We have to check if there are any Tuesday tasks. So if COUNTIF, I'm going to go back here, COUNTIF, I'm going to take those COUNTIF this, and then make sure I need to put F4 place. If COUNTIF it's equal to this week here. If this COUNTIF, and I need to remove to put back, I don't know why it doesn't want to let me, okay, you go. If this COUNTIF is greater than 0, I want to do the VStack, but if not, I just want to bring the filter here. So I only stack if there is something in the weekly. If there's nothing, oh, I'm surprised it didn't complain, because surely there's something that is wrong in this, but that seems to be okay. So all that works. So if it checks that I don't know if I went a bit too fast, but we're on level 4 here. So if the countif here, if I count weekly task for that day, for that week, if I count something here, I do the stack, but if there is nothing, I don't do the stack and I go directly into this. So this is working. Now there's just another thing I need to do. I need to remove the spill here. And why do we have a spill when we took care of it before? But the reason why we took care of it before and it worked is that we didn't cater for this. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do a kantif again. Kantif, how many of those would be on the day where these guys are taking place? So how many kantifs here in this have the same weekday as this? The weekday of this. Okay. Oh, it's a bit complicated, but we are in level 4, the boss level. So that should work. So here I've noticed there is 2 here. And now what do I need to do? And it's in the enough room, I just need to add this as well. So here I know that, okay, let's just take the 8th of October. 8th of October, it's a Tuesday. Okay, and I know there is weekly, how many, just going to put how many weekly recurring. So I know that there are 2 recurring to add to my list for the 8th of October. So I need to check if there's enough room. I need to add this number here. So if kantif, I'm just going to put brackets so it's a little bit clearer. If kantif of this plus that, to make sure I put the first one back, is greater than 6, then I put yes. So let's put that here. I forgot this one, and I drag it. So all right, so we have more no, so that removed the spill. I'm just gonna, guys, I will explain that a bit more thoroughly once I fix this. So let's just check. All right, so we have, for instance, the 10th. We have let's just go back to the 8th actually. For the 8th, I'm just going to put more 8 here. 8, 8, 8. Now we have enough room. Yes, yes, yes. There's 4. There's 4 here. And then we have the 2 Tuesdays. So it's still found it that there is enough. But if I put another one, is not going to be, it's not going to enough room. Yes. I always wanted to put the 8th. Yes, sorry, the 8th. So the F, it says there is not enough room, and that follows as well. So is added 2, and so that means 2 plus 4 that we had before, so that's 6, and then this one 7. Bad luck. Get out of here. Okay. Right. Now, what did I forget? What did I forget? Now, I'm just going to put something here. I'm going to merge those. There is the font that I like, is the Bernard something. Bernard empty condensed. And I'm going to put calendar based task. Just in case no one noticed. Let's just put that here. Found this a bit harsh. This black. Okay, calendar-based task list. I'm not sure if that works. This might be a bit too much as well. Let me remove this. Remove the no fill. Put something here instead. Well, I'm gonna have to think about that one because I don't really like it. I'm gonna have to review this. But now the flow, or quote unquote, the things that we cannot really do, as mentioned, is that this, you could add a flag completed, but which week will it be completed? And as I was saying, if you have something on a Monday, you want to be able to track which one you do, so you would have to put it for every day. So what do? I was thinking maybe I could just automatically create the four the four dates here and ask them to tick each one of those dates, but that's quite cumbersome. So something that I could do is I could add a little flag here. Actually, this is something I wanted to do. I want to add a flag to say, look, this is a recurring task. So if actually I don't even need to put if. I'm just going to put the task here. No, I'm just going to put a star. Could be anything, but I'm just going to put. Stop doing that, please. Sorry, just keeps doing this. Is equal to a star, a blank. So we cannot press blank. For some reason, it takes me to the other side when I do this. And the task name here. So hopefully that's clear enough. And now what do? I click on this and I need to make sure that the two occurrences bring that back one here. Okay. Press enter. Okay. So that's it. That's better. Okay, watch a movie. Let's just check the 3rd of November. Now, so this should be working, but I know what I've done. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Now I made a mistake. I didn't follow my own rule. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that this, see, this is checking the wrong cell here. So I thought I checked that L5. I need to make sure that just check it. So where is it? Here, this one, because I do the countif, of course. Okay, so that's wrong. I insisted enough on this, and then I didn't follow my own rule. So okay, so I'm just going to put that here. Here come all the weekly tasks. Okay. Okay, so we add this. Now we have our weekly tasks showing here. And we have the other one that we can tick. I mean, you could spend all day on this, just trying to find improvements and the likes, and it is the beauty of it. But I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to make sure that I don't come back to it, because where do we stop? All right, okay, well, I hope that was useful.